Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to talk to you guys about what we're going to do and how we're going to budget for our family during inflation and possibly a recession. So I'm no economist, and this is a topic that I think could be very touchy for a lot of people. We've been budgeting for a year now, a family of 5, trying to get out of almost $500,000 in debt. And I think that it's time for me to just sit down, get raw, get real, and chit chat with you guys a little bit about the reality that most of us are facing. And we're not foul proof from the way the economy is going. We are business owners, and it's been okay for us, but I know that it's tough for a lot of people right now, and not being able to put food on the table, deciding to go between gas and eating or paying the bills, how to get to work, whether or not you should continue working. It's a lot of things for people on their minds, and it's just it is we have to just face reality. And the truth is, right now for us, a lot of our cash, we want to save it, and we want to make sure that we have a good emergency fund in case anything ever happens, God forbid. So I don't know what you guys are doing during this time, but we had to adjust a lot of our financial decisions based on how everything is going. And one of the things that was on my mind is, do we pay off debt or do we save? And it's one of those things where I want to get out of debt as fast as possible, but I know that it's just not a good idea, especially when inflation is like almost 10% now. So do we want to decrease our debt, or we want to increase our savings? And the short answer is we want to do both, but we probably are not going to be as aggressive with our debt as we were before. We're probably going to be a little bit more aggressive with saving our money. And you guys know that with inflation, if you save your money in under your pillow, you're actually losing money, right? So what we need to do now is put a lot of monies that we save into either a high yield saving account, or we can put it into investing in ourselves. So there's a couple things that you can do here. So I mentioned a high yield savings account, right? So this one is anything that is more than like 3% interest, because some savings accounts only like 0.5% interest, and that's not worth it. So for us, we need to have like more than 3% for it to be worth it. But since we've been doing our business for so long, we want to invest in ourselves. So investing in ourselves is the thing that we know how to do best, and we know how to get out of debt based on our business that we've started. So investing in ourselves is probably one of the best ways that we can increase our saving and decrease our debt, because now we're able to put a lot of the monies that we are able to make in the business into paying down debt. And I know that this is probably not the best thing for you to do if you're just brand new to any type of business, and you're like, okay, so you're telling me to put all my life savings into opening a business? No, because you haven't done it yet. And now is probably not a good time to put all of your eggs in one basket. So that's why I want you to think about what else you can do. And for me, we can only do what we know how to do. We don't know how to do, we don't know how to do anything like with stocks. Most people, they might invest a little bit more in stocks, but for us, it's not going to help us because we don't know how to do it. We can't increase our savings that way. It's just one of the ways that you can do it. So I'm not saying that we're doing this, but you can also increase your investing if you know how to invest in stocks, crypto, what's another thing? If you know how to do this already, then maybe up your game, because I know there are some stocks right now that are very, very attractive with the way the economy is going. A lot of the stocks are going down in price, and that means you can buy it for cheap and you can keep your savings higher if you keep it for a very long time. So we're in it for the long run. We're not trying to just do day trading, even though that can be a thing, but we don't know how to do that. We're not planning to do that yet, just because you can invest in stocks, 401k, Roth IRA. All of this is something that we want to do down the line after we pay off all of our debt. So let's talk about debt here. How do we decrease our debt? We're going to continue paying our monthly minimum payment so we don't get default monthly payments. We don't want to default in any of our accounts. That's the last thing that we want to do, okay? So we're going to continue making monthly payments. I don't know what else to do with this, you guys, because we used to put more each month into debt so that we can get out of debt faster. But with the way everything is going, I'm just going to do what I can and put more into savings rather than aggressively trying to pay down our debt. Another thing we can do to decrease our debt is to do what we call a snowball, an avalanche method of paying down debt versus the snowball method. So avalanche is when you pay down debt with the highest interest rate. And I know those of you who are followers of the Dave Ramsey show, you know that you don't want to do that, because that he teaches the snowball effect, which is paying down the lowest amount regardless of the interest. But doing it this way can help us get out of debt faster and lower our debt even more. But we're going to have to be very strong. We're going to have a very strong will in terms of how we tackle this, and be very strategic, because we don't want to just say, okay, I quit because I don't see my debt going anywhere. I'm trying to pay down the most interest, but guess what? It's going to take me 2 years to do that and to clear out that debt. And in between, you can get very easily demotivated. And that's the last thing that I want to happen for us. Like, I don't want to get demotivated on paying down debt, but I'm going to tell you guys this for sure, that throughout this whole journey of me paying down my debt and being like financially independent and being all grown uppy with my finance, I have found one of the challenges for me is that it has been very hard for me to stay on track. If it wasn't for this YouTube channel, I promise you guys, I probably will have gone back to my old spending habits. So one of that is just I shop way too much, and this is spending money on things like purses and things that I don't need money on to spend the money on. But I was able to, like, I'm very into bags, and I know which handbags that I can buy cheap and sell for a profit. So I am able to do that, and I know how to do that. So one of the other ways that I'm going to invest in myself and invest is to buy secondhand. Go to those secondhand stores and find like a golden nugget and then resell it for a profit. And that has been working very well. I've been doing this since I was like 16 years old, so I know how to do that. So this was a challenge, but I'm making it into a positive thing. So it kind of helps curbs my shopping habits and make me think twice before I buy something for an investment, because I know the value of all the products I'm buying. So it kind of goes into our business also, because we're resellers and we know how to check if something is going to make a profit or not. But anyway, that's one of the challenge, and this has been huge for me. And I know that a lot of us who are in the US or anywhere in the world knows that while you're in a financially free journey, you're going to have temptations. You're going to want to quit, and I've wanted to quit a very long, like I wanted to quit like 5 times already. So this is another challenge. Like, you just don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, and it's been one of those things where I have been. It's been very difficult for me because I have a large sum of debt, and I've wanting to just quit and say, okay, let me just treat myself a little bit and buy something super expensive and regret it. So that was another challenge. Let me know what you guys like. What are some of your challenges that you faced while you're trying to get out of debt? Like, what do you find yourself most wanting to do? I think there's always a good medium, a happy medium between trying to pay down debt, saving, and also still living life. And there's something to be said about having an envelope, right? Like some of us have a envelope for going out or for coffee or for date nights, and we do have that. All of that is in our sinking fund. And I think that in any type of situation like this, moderation is key, and that has helped us a lot too. But sometimes you're just like, okay, I just want to throw all this out of the freaking window and start over again. And it just makes me so upset of myself because I think I'm really hard on myself for this. And I just can't sometimes. I just can't. I don't know if you guys are understanding what I'm saying and if you can relate, but this is what I'm going through right now. And with everything that's going on in the world, I just want to be on the right track again. I want to know myself, and I want to make sure that I'm going to be okay for me and my family. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably thinking the same thing. And I hope that I'm able to let you guys know that everything will be okay. We're all going to go through difficult times, and we're also going to have some temptations while we're in this journey. And we're going to want to quit sometimes, but don't quit whatever you do. I'm making these videos for you guys and for myself as well to keep me accountable. And I hope that you guys are able to continue with me. Hang on in there. Things will get better. I trust in our economy and we live in the United States, so hopefully everything will just work out. But anyway, I hope that this video, it's not like gloomy doomy for everyone, but and I hope you found it helpful. If you guys did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.